The Windweaver's Silence. In the heart of the Dustlands, where the clouds were merely teasing ghosts, lived a young man named Kalo. While others spent their days complaining about the parched earth, Kalo spent his nights sketching. He envisioned a tower of silk and copper, a windweaver designed to pull hidden moisture from the midnight air. To Kalo, the blueprints were a promise of life. To everyone else, they were just scribbles in the dirt. Kalo decided to share his vision. He approached Juma, the most influential of the village youth, and unrolled his finest design. Juma didn't see a solution, he saw a joke. He threw his head back and laughed, the sound echoing harshly against the dry hills. "You want to catch water from the wind?" Juma mocked. "Why don't you try catching the moon in a net while you're at it, Kalo?" The laughter of the village stung more than the blowing sand. For days, Kalo kept his head down. He began to wonder if Juma was right. Maybe he was just a dreamer chasing shadows. He tucked his sketches under his bed, feeling the heavy weight of indifference. The silence of his tools felt like a confession of failure. That evening, Kalo found an old wooden carving his grandmother had left him. Carved into the base were words he had heard 1,000 times, but never truly felt. "If you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything." He realized that if he let Juma's laughter dictate his worth, he had already fallen. He didn't need a village to tell him the wind held water. He knew it did. Kalo realized a profound truth. Belief is not a group project. It doesn't require a committee or a vote of confidence to begin. It starts in the quietest part of the soul and stays there until it is strong enough to move mountains. He dragged his heavy copper pipes out of storage. If no one believed him, he would simply have to believe twice as hard. As the tower began to rise, Juma often stopped by to watch. He didn't offer a hand, he only offered more doubt. "You're wasting your strength, Kalo," Juma said, leaning against a post. "That heap of junk won't change the fact that this land is dead." Kalo didn't argue. He realized that words were a waste of breath, better used for building. The work was grueling. While the village slept, Kalo fueled his vision with the rhythm of his hammer. Every time a cynical comment entered his mind, he struck the metal harder. He told himself, "Your belief must be louder than their doubt." He stopped listening to the voices outside and started listening to the gears of his own conviction. The night of the first test arrived. The Windweaver stood tall, its silk sails shivering in the breeze. The village gathered at a distance, whispered doubts hanging in the air like a fog. For a long time, nothing happened. The copper pipes remained dry. Juma stepped forward, a told-you-so look forming on his face. Kalo's heart hammered, but he didn't turn away. He adjusted the tension of the sails one last time. Then, a soft tink echoed from the collection vat. Then another. Suddenly, a steady stream of clear, cool water began to pour from the copper pipe. The silence that followed was not the silence of doubt, but the silence of awe. Juma stood frozen, his mouth open, as Kalo filled a clay bowl and held it up. The results had finally replaced all the arguments. Kalo had learned that the world doesn't owe you its belief, you owe it to yourself. He stood tall, not because he had proven them wrong, but because he had proven himself right. Now the choice is yours. There are dreams waiting for your hands to build them, and voices waiting to tell you they are impossible. Tell me, whose voice have you allowed to silence your dreams?